Hello, Sagittarius, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of February 8th through the 14th. So happy Valentine's Day. We do have several moon energies that we'll be working with this week. So the first couple of days would be a waning gibbous, same energy as last week, a good time of self-reflection and rebirth, getting rid of those bad negative thoughts and habits. We then have the last quarter moon that comes in on the 10th. And last quarter is kind of when we start to wrap up those things that we started with the new moon. Good time to reflect and look around and say, what worked out this cycle and what might I want to start changing or thinking about changing for when the new moon approaches. And then, of course, we end the week with the waning crescent energy, which is definitely that stability and calm, but we're kind of just really thinking about ways that we can grow when the next cycle comes around. So we're just kind of self-reflecting and thinking about where we've been and where we're headed. So keep those moon energies in mind as we move through the week. This will be an intuitive general reading for the energies that you may or may not encounter, Sagittarius. So as always, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't on the table for someone else. And your overall message for this reading is that your hard work is paying off. Well, that's such a nice pat on the back. So congratulations to you. Your hard work's paying off. I love that. As I'm shuffling the tarot, my fun weekly reminder this week is that you take a little time to meditate this week. It's a really good time with those moon energies ever changing and all that self-reflection. Meditation is a really good way to do that. So, give yourself a little bit of time, 10, 15 minutes or longer if you can, and just quiet down and still your mind and your body and just go inward and explore and just see what you're finding, see what's in there. So try to find a way to work that into your daily routine this week. All right, let's get into this reading. Sagittarius, February 8th through the 14th. Your hard work is paying off. Your present energy right now is the Ace of Cups. So look at you. Your heart is overflowing with hopefully joy and happiness that your hard work is paying off, and you're seeing it in the things around you. You're seeing it in your heart. And by hard work, that doesn't necessarily mean your job, although I'm sure it can, but this means the relationships, the things, the time and energy that you're putting into love, which is awesome. The time and energy that you're just putting into where you live and what you do and just all the things in your life. I can feel that, and it's really, really beautiful. Your current situation right now is the Judgment card. So you may be feeling a little, I feel like this is kind of self-judgment. So your hard work's paying off. Don't be so hard on yourself. If you're, being hard on yourself right now and kind of judging yourself, and what are you doing? Are you comparing to other people? Because comparison is the thief of joy. Don't do that. You decide where you are in your life, and you're exactly where you're supposed to be. At the root of your situation is the Five of Swords. So maybe somebody said something. I've seen this card come up quite a bit this week in the readings. And Five of Swords to me is about, feelings get hurt because, maybe you've said something, or maybe you've had something said to you. Are you this person holding these swords or tossing them out, or is this you kind of having your feelings hurt back here? And this could be why the judgment. You could be self-judging just because someone said something, then they didn't even really mean it. You've taken it in some way and ran with it, and it's making you really question yourself. So I'm going to say again, your hard work is paying off, and don't let one little tiny thing that someone says really get under your skin so that you're questioning yourself. Because look at your overall energy is just, your heart is overflowing. Let that be your energy. Concentrate on that. In your recent past here is the Nine of Wands. So you have kind of spent some time looking back, and this is a good week for this. Looks like you're coming into this week with this energy of kind of looking back and reflecting, where have I been? And so now we're going to start building on, you've been doing that. Let's start looking at the future. Where are you going to go? I just gave advice to, I think it was, I can't remember which sign, but a vision board. If you're kind of in this self-evaluation thing this week, maybe a vision board is something fun for you to work on, just to get your mind off of things that have been said to you or judgments, and just dream about where you want to go. Manifest the things that you want in your life. All right, what's on your mind this week is the Knight of Swords. So some, again, message might have come in to kind of just change, Again, this Ace of Cups, and it could have been the sword down here. Somebody might have just said something that was a little bit off that made you go, or some idea that's come into your head. It doesn't even have to be outward. Sometimes we do this to ourselves where we just think a thing and we just kind of ruminate on it. We can't get off of it. And it changes our focus from where it should be, which is, manifesting is about being in the energy that you already have, whatever it is, whatever happy thing that you think you want to experience. You have to live in that energy before it even has room to come in. So just make sure that, again, that you're living with that open heart and that flowing heart. What is just ahead of you this week is the realization of just how stable you are. Things are stable right now, and that's good. Fours are about stability. I use that analogy about a table, that a three-legged table isn't quite as stable as a four-legged table. Fours are about stability, and in this case, financial stability. You're doing fine. So now we've got this beautiful, flowing, open heart. You've got a lot of love in your life, and you've got this stability. And so again, your hard work is paying off. Let it pay off and enjoy the fruits of your labor a little bit. In your advice position is to be happy with the Sun card. This is, don't worry, be happy. Whatever this thing, again, whatever, I feel like someone has said something to you that made you feel like less than what you're doing. Don't worry about other people. You do your thing. What is beyond your control this week? Is you done? So hopefully you're done with these thoughts. Can you let this go? Look at the dark sky on this card. And this is the 10. This is about, I've just been stabbed in the back, and or I've just, almost like I've heard this thing enough. I'm done. I'm done hearing it. I'm going to bask in my own beautiful open heart, my Ace of Cups here, and my Sun energy and my stability. I just enjoy what your life is right now. This time, you get this time right now, it's never going to be the same. It always changes as we move forward. So really try to enjoy that. What is your secret desire, or what are you trying to avoid? This is the card of feeling like me against the world, and I'm hopefully you're trying to avoid that. And I understand if you are feeling like that, if you have words coming at you and things that you're like, did I ask you to make a comment on that? So what's the thing they say, that what someone else thinks of you, what someone else thinks of me is none of my business. I love that, and it's so true. It's none of my business. If you don't have positive things to say, then what's the point? We're all struggling, and it's nice to encourage each other and have words of kindness and nice things to say to each other. In our outcome position here for you is another 4, and this is the big daddy of the 4s, right? This is the Emperor, who is definitely the most stable card in this entire deck. So, you know, and that just boosts your other 4 that you have here. 2 4s. Also look up angel number 44, one of my favorites, I must say. And let that help you through your week also. But you know, the emperor is the master builder, and I guarantee you the emperor is not listening to these words that are coming in quickly. The emperor is not judging himself, but the emperor is definitely, he's in control. He's got this, this stability, but he's also building things on love and happiness, which is definitely where you should be building them as well. In your final outcome here, look, right where he should be, hidden, the devil, false truths. That's exactly where we want that card, is hidden from you. We don't even have to encounter him this week because you've got that emperor that's coming through to tell you that your hard work is paying off. Take a breath and enjoy it. You're doing things the right way. Let's get a final message here from the Soul Oracle deck. Final message for Sagittarius, whose hard work is paying off. Keep your commitments. Okay, so whatever things that you've committed to, let's not blow things off this week and be upset over whatever this is. Let's just keep going through because your hard work is paying off. Let's see what you need to do in the way of self-care. Self-care for this week for Sagittarius. And you get the card that says self-worth, and on the cake it says self-love. Why settle for crumbs when you deserve a whole meal? I agree with this wholeheartedly. I think it goes hand in hand with everything. Your hard work is paying off. Don't settle for crumbs. Don't listen to other people. You have your own focus in mind for what your life needs to be right at this time. And if your hard work is paying off, we're not going to listen to what other people have to say. Honestly, who cares? Sagittarius, I wish you all the best with this. I hope there's something in this reading that you can take away and use in your life this week in some positive manner. If you're comfortable sharing, of course, drop me a comment down below and let me know. What resonated with you. Do you have a situation like this going on? I'd be curious to hear from you. Also, if you like my reading style, hitting like and subscribe will get you back to me next week, which I think is pretty cool. So, good luck with all of this, Sagittarius, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.